Yeah.
All right, what's going on out there?
Out in the world?
Yeah.
Out there, we talked about it in here. I went to the movies last night.
You went to the movies last night?
I went to the movies.
Now, you don't like going to the movie theater.
No, but it wasn't bad.
Who's that?
Who?
That.
Which one, the blind?
The one that's a little haggardy. Is that a word?
Haggerty?
That's the last name of Grizzly Adams.
The
Dan
one
Haggerty.
A bit haggard.
Sure.
I think that works, right?
I'm not sure. There was one.
She looked kind of famous.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was being led to Pete Dominic's show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but that's where she was being led to.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess they're going to be talking about George Zimmerman.
Probably.
Anyway, you went to the movies.
Yeah, went to the movies. I went to see...
The Conjuring.
No. Very scary. I don't know if I want to see that at night.
The reviews in the paper today.
Really?
The trailer's the best part.
Why is that?
Oh,
because the trailer's the best part, yeah.
I think so.
Dude, I saw a trailer for that new movie with Matt Damon that's coming out.
Yeah.
Futuristic. Looks good.
Matt Damon playing Matt Damon? One of those movies?
Damon.
He kind of plays himself in every movie, doesn't he?
It's like the Bourne character all the time.
Elysium?
Yes,
Yeah.
Elysium.
Getting very good buzz.
It looks really good. It's got that District 9 look to it, same people that did it. Seems like a pretty cool little storyline. But I saw the whole movie. I saw the whole movie in the trailer. And I know this has been brought up many times, and but when you're sitting there watching it, it's like, wait, that's like a plot point.
Right.
That's a fucking plot point.
Right.
I'm supposed to be watching the movie, and when that part happens, I'm supposed to go, holy shit, whoa, whoa. That's like, and they just blow it.
You could pretty much, we probably shouldn't do it for the people, but you could pretty much, give a review of the movie, right?
Yeah. I guess because they feel they're leaving out
or
like
talk about the whole story.
end. Meanwhile, you could probably figure out what the end's going to be.
They don't leave out the end.
Based on what happened in the trailer.
And they don't really leave out the end.
Well, they leave out the ending scene.
But you know
maybe.
what it's going to lead to.
Happen.
Right.
You know it. That other movie with Marky Mark and Denzel.
Two Guns?
Two Guns. Huge plot points.
Really?
Huge plot points. Just fucking thrown right out there. Here it is. And I don't know. Whatever.
When did they change the trailers? It wasn't that bad.
No.
Let's say, you know what? The movie Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
With that huge surprise.
Uh-huh.
That Bruce Willis is dead, the whole fucking movie, right?
Sure.
They would have gave that away in the trailers these days.
Probably would have, yeah. Yep.
In some way, they would have gave it away.
Yeah.
There was a time they held back, like you said, the plot points. Enough with the Prancisizer.
It's not the
lady.
Prancisizer.
I know, it's another parody.
What is that?
Everyone's parodying the Prancisizer lady.
Jesus.
Enough. Anyway.
Yeah.
How was Pacific Rim?
I saw Pacific Rim.
Sorry. Oh, I thought you said
No, that's okay.
How was it?
Gonna say, anyway. You know what? Awesome.
What do you mean awesome?
It was fucking awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because, first of all, you don't go into the movie, a movie like Pacific Rim, expecting an amazing story and fantastic dialogue and acting and everything like that. You go in because the whole thing is that this is an amazing, huge-looking action fucking monster movie.
Right.
And as far as that goes, one of the best I've ever seen.
Really?
As far as that type of genre goes. It looked fantastic. I saw it in 3D. It reminded me of, as a kid, like the old Godzilla movies.
Oh, wow.
And shit. But only done so well. It looked fantastic. The giant fucking mechanical things were beating up on fucking animals.
Yeah.
When they show these scenes like where the fucking machine is like running through the water, and you see the water fucking skirting off the legs of the thing. It looked fucking amazing.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
It was awesome.
How do they do that shit?
And then see, look, Pacific Rim can suck my sweaty balls. Now, what were you expecting? I'm talking to the computer screen. I don't know what this guy was expecting.
Like the dialogue, yeah, because I saw it too.
Yeah.
The dialogue was terrible. Like, I laughed at the dialogue.
Oh, of course, I was laughing too.
But that's the fun.
Yes.
Do you think
it's
the dialogue...
an over-the-top...
Okay, sorry.
Like, over-the-top kind of movie.
And was the dialogue meant to be made fun of a little bit? Like, they knew what they were doing, maybe a little tongue-in-cheek?
I think they knew it wasn't, Academy Award-winning writing.
When they're talking and the father-son team there,
horrible.
And the dialogue between them, my boy and stuff, it's like supposed to be that Independence Day kind of let's go get 'em boys kind of a thing.
And I mean, for some reason they stopped when they set movies in the future now.
Yeah,
they figured out when the future is, and they haven't moved that year forward as time has gone forward. Because this movie takes place in 2025, which is only in 12 years,
and everything looks like it does now anyway.
But they flash back to when the aliens first came.
Yeah.
And you can tell based on the ages of the character that it was before 2013.
Oh, I see what
happened.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's fine.
So they got to push their year a little.
Who cares?
Why don't you
a little further, right?
Yeah, 21, 25.
Like the little Asian girl.
Yeah, she would have been.
That didn't figure.
That would have been 2010 or 2009.
Did it happen? Did we miss it?
We didn't have that technology.
We didn't have fucking deep sea alien things.
And that takes you out of the movie when they don't have the years right.
Immediately I'm doing the math. I'm like, wait, no.
I never saw big fucking
nothing took me out of this
monsters.
movie. But nothing took me out of this movie because I wasn't expecting anything more from the dialogue and storyline and any things that continuity issues. I didn't care. All I cared about was that a fucking giant mechanical thing driven by two people grabbed a fucking monster, rockets fired off its elbow, and it fucking slammed its fist into its face.
Damn.
It looked great. How about when they beat that fucking thing with a ship?
That was the best part of the whole movie.
The best part of the movie. Fucking walking down the street like I'm going to kick this motherfucker's ass. And he's holding a ship in his hand.
Like a battleship?
It was like a fucking cargo ship.
Okay.
And he's holding in his hand, and he grabs the thing like a fucking bat and wails this monster in the face. I'm howling. It was great.
Not only is he holding it like a bat, but this government manufactured machine is dragging a ship through Hong Kong and just millions of dollars in property damage.
Oh, yeah.
As he drags a ship with him halfway across the city. It doesn't matter,
But you can't think of the damage to the city.
This was 9,000 9/11s were happening in every second of this movie.
Every scene.
Every scene.
See, they were so smart. Because they didn't try to make it about some dumb story where they're like, okay, we're going to build this up, and then at the end, we'll have the monster robot alien fight. 45 seconds into the film was the first fight.
Oh, good.
And throughout the movie, there's just fights.
They just have robot versus alien fights the
and that's what
entire
you want
movie.
to see.
What was the conflict?
Huh?
What was the conflict that they had to fight all the time?
Oh, there were aliens.
Evil aliens.
Under the ocean.
All right, but who are they fighting?
In the big chasm down there.
So there's aliens down there, and who are they fighting?
Earth.
Earth, yeah, of course. They always want to take over the planet.
But they're fighting
aliens.
other monsters, you said.
No,
the government had to build these giant robotic things.
Okay.
And fucking giant. Like the
Do
scale...
they have to buy them? Do they have to build them right away?
No, this is over the course of years.
Okay.
And we're kind of losing the war.
Oh,
that was the whole concept of it.
Now what?
And, yeah, exactly.
God, these sundresses are going to drive me insane.
Oh, look at that.
These fucking baby doll sundresses that are walking around here.
They're very see-through, very light.
It's unbelievable. Like, when we were growing up, women didn't dress like that. And then you go in the hallway and you fucking maybe look down a little too long, and then you're in an HR meeting.
HR. Look out.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I see it every day. Every day. It's wonderful.
Fuck.
Gotta love them.
So we're losing the war.
Yeah, we're losing the war, you know.
How without giving away,
right.
I guess, too many plot points, not that there were any.
Not that there were.
How great was...
Here's the spoiler for the movie, by the way. They fight. Fucking giant robotic fucking things and sea creature type aliens fight.
And
that's it.
Where do the humans go as all this destruction's going on?
The humans run the fucking robots. They're in
Not
their head.
every human.
No, they're
What about like Plumber Joe?
Lots of them die.
Oh yeah, there's collateral damage all
But do the
over
rest
the place.
go like, I don't know, like
They go into shelters when this happens.
go see a relative somewhere else in another state? Is it only on the West Coast?
It's Pacific Rim.
No, I understand. So it's
But they're branching out. Look out.
It's all coastal
no one's
areas.
safe.
Are we safe in New York from the...
For now.
Okay,
I think
good.
for now.
Okay, good.
You would think every single human being by 2025
Yeah.
would have moved inland.
Yes.
Why would anybody live in
why are
a
you
coastal
still
environment?
on the coast when these things pop up?
People are still on a
Right.
beach.
One thing I found
Yeah,
funny
because you
too,
want to go in the ocean.
There's aliens in the ocean.
One thing I found very
Well, we have sharks.
interesting too is there's aliens and they're just ravaging the earth, and the Asian girl figured, you know, I'm gonna dye my hair a little blue on the tips. Here.
Oh,
like,
really?
wouldn't that be so far down the priority list of things at that point when people just dying by the hundreds of thousands that you're like, I think I need a little blue hair dye.
Is there time for some love?
A little
love
time,
making?
little time for love, Dr. Jones.
There's a little time for love?
Little time.
Well, you wonder,
Little bit.
though.
A little romance?
You wonder.
Is it love? Is it a brother-sister relationship?
Hey,
You don't know.
You don't know.
How was Charlie Day? That's all I want to know.
He was Charlie Day.
Your comic relief is here.
Because I like Charlie
That's
Day
what it
a lot.
was. He was the wacky scientist kind of guy.
Yelling,
trying
voice
to figure it out.
cracking.
You know, there's the fighting, right?
Yeah.
There's the fighting. But then there's the other side of the battle, which is let's try to figure them out kind of a thing. And that's where he
Try to
comes
figure
in.
out the aliens?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why would you
always
do
gotta-
that?
Well, look at an ID4.
They have no
Independence Day.
interest in
Gotta
living
figure it out.
in harmony with us?
You had to fucking kind of figure them out a little to see what the best way to send your rock'em sock'em robots in.
Right.
Did you notice that? Because obviously they have communicators in the robots in their helmets.
Yeah.
Back with base.
Yep.
Did you notice how far those communicators could go?
It's the future.
It's
Not that far.
2025. It's 2025.
Not that far.
Remember, a mere 6 years ago, I had a Pebble phone, so it is possible.
It
All right?
fucking ruled.
I mean,
It did, huh?
I was watching this,
interdimensional,
just going like, "Fuck, that's cool."
interdimensional walkie-talkies
That's
will
true,
be in
too.
existence
Yeah.
by 2025.
Yes.
With the flying cars? Any flying cars in the movie?
No,
no.
just giant
Still no
robots.
flying cars in 2025.
Big helicopters,
Yeah,
Personal
carrying
helicopters?
that could never happen.
8 billion-ton fucking robots.
15 helicopters, 100% in sync with each other
Of course.
as they carry, 8 million ton robots
8
and drop
million
them in the
tons.
Oh, my
ocean.
God. How much
Steel
gas
robots.
did that take?
Please. The rotors would rip right off these things. But again, I didn't care. That wasn't the point of
Right.
the movie.
Right.
And people that say it sucks balls, as they say, are missing the point of what this movie's about. You go in, you sit down, you watch amazing giant robot, fucking batshit crazy looking animal fights.
And Rotten Tomatoes, they're tough. They're tough on movies. They're giving it 71% positive
There you go.
reviews. That's good. That means it's a fresh tomato in
That's
their
people
world.
that know what
And then
they're going in
85% of
for.
the moviegoers are loving it.
They know what they're going in for is why.
Yeah.
If you say it sucks balls, tell me why. Why? It didn't look good? It didn't look realistic enough or anything? It looked amazing.
All right, we got somebody on the line.
All right.
Jeff, thanks for the compliment. We're never going to take today because we're too busy. I appreciate it, though.
Oh, thank
Jeff.
you.
Jeff?
Yeah, how you doing today, guys?
All right.
Yeah, right.
Hey, just wanted to call in, first-time caller and long-distance truck driver here, and I listen to you guys religiously every morning.
Oh,
And
wow.
Religiously.
yeah, well,
Praise to us.
you guys are real. Keep it like that, man. I mean, you guys are real, and I appreciate it. With a cup of coffee, you guys get me through the day.
I keep it real.
Wow.
I keep it real. Trayvon just a whoopah.
It's called Whoopah.
I call whoopah. I got to put my jaw out when I do it now. Yeah, no, that's just you call whoopah.
All right, Jeff. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, right on. But we got Kevin in Atlanta.
Oh.
Hey, Anthony, you have savaged Independence Day in the past. You guys have had your. Do you not realize that that movie, Pacific Rim, is nothing more than Independence Day with Transformers?
Oh, very, very similar. I did notice that as I was watching last night, especially since you got the guy from The Wire there doing his little Independence Day speech at one point.
You got that was horrible. By the way,
Terrible.
Worst speech of any movie.
Worst speech ever. One of my favorite parts of the movie, as far as dialogue things go, is when someone's adamant and they're like, "I'm not doing that. No way you can make me." And then someone turns around and goes, "But it's for the country." And then he goes, "Yeah, right."
What the hell?
I saw like 3 separate instances where it took nothing to talk people into doing things that they were dead set against doing. In one sentence, they were like, "Ah, right."
You're right.
When all the power goes out.
Yeah.
And it's already been established, maybe only 15 minutes ago, that the one robot, the hero robot, has a nuclear reactor, so it's analog. And they go, "None of the robots work." And then Charlie Hunnam goes, "One does."
One does.
Oh,
I laughed out loud in the theater.
Of course you lolled.
And then guess what? Awesome robot alien fight followed.
Fucking awesome robot alien fight. God damn.
Well, what about the quirky scientist that just has to try to understand the aliens? Same thing as Independence Day. Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what the difference was? Independence Day did not have an alien fight literally every 15 minutes.
Exactly. Thank you.
True. All right, that's true.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin.
Nobody dragged a giant boat through Hong Kong in Independence Day.
Fucking wound up. Wham! He slams it with a cargo ship.
The least effective battle method ever.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen Pacific Rim, but I don't think they were going for high expectations like Independence Day.
No, that also.
That's the problem with Independence Day. They were trying to go a little more highbrow with the whole fucking
meant
thing.
Every bit of Independence Day.
It's a Godzilla movie. Thank you.
It's a Godzilla
Wheels is
movie.
saying it on Virginia.
That's what
From
I was
Virginia.
saying. It reminded me of sitting there and watching Destroy All Monsters at the Central Islip movie theater.
Yes.
With Ghidra.
Do we have that noise from Godzilla?
Godzilla noise.
Can't do it. Oh, boy. Now you got to deal with Steve from Philly.
All right.
Steve in Philly. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man. Why the whispering? Are you at work already?
Hey, what's up, guys?
You at work already or what? What's up?
Oh, yeah, I'm here already.
He's calling the golf match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would make golf talk, but I don't know the game, so couldn't even make a joke.
It's a wonderful game, sir.
I just wish there was a way to figure out who the Russians were in the movie. You know, if only we could figure out who the Russians might have been. Maybe it was the really stoic, angry-looking, short-haired blonde people.
Yes, of course.
Who looked just like Ivan Drago.
And then there were the Asian guys dressed in red, and they were very Asian.
If only the Asians were really athletic and in sync.
Yes,
You know, that would be...
Of course.
They look like the Jabberwockies.
But what?
Yeah.
But Steve, what's your problem with any of that?
My problem, and I'll say this, the movie was very exciting. The fight scenes were awesome. What bothered me is all the hype. They're talking about someone said it was a masterpiece.
Who was saying that? I thought it looked great. When you want to see an action, when you just want to see action, and it doesn't matter what the vehicle for that action is, if it's cornball, if it's bad dialogue or shit like that, but the action part of it is so outrageously cool. I don't care. As long as they pasted together some type of storyline, I could give a shit.
Well, Steve is basically saying the movie's corny.
Right. When they cut in that junk in between fights,
They cut into that junk.
The guy says, I'm not even exaggerating. There's about 4 seconds between these two things happening. Idris Elba says, "If I get another machine, I'm going to die."
Yeah.
And within 4 seconds, he's in a machine.
He's back in a machine. They really did solve problems quickly. How about when wacky Always Sunny in Philly guy has to kind of mind meld with the brain, and he's on site. and just takes what looks like a giant meat thermometer.
Right. He had his portable mind meld machine with him.
Portable mind meld machine. It didn't matter. He needed to talk to the brain, and they made it happen in the movie.
Not only did he build the mind meld machine out of trash.
Yes.
He did it twice in 2 different locations with different trash.
No, I think he brought the second one, the first one, to the location somehow.
How about when they told you what corner to meet Ron Perlman on, and they had to show you that he was standing on the corner with the 2 street signs above him?
Well, yeah.
Ugh, come on.
Ron Perlman.
Laughing.
Ron Perlman ruled.
He was awesome.
He was totally awesome.
You know what? I think my favorite moment was when they were like 10 minutes into a fight with an alien, and they were getting their ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, oh, there's only one more option, and it's to throw all our bombs at him. And then the Asian girl goes, no, there's one more option. And she pushes the button for sword.
Sword.
And I'm like, why wouldn't you have started with a sword?
Right?
Why wouldn't you just stabbed him?
I didn't get that either. You know,
The other thing,
the guy's got the whirling fucking saw blade hands.
Right.
Come out with whirling saw blade hands.
Yeah,
Right.
the risk of
That's a good starter.
what was the starter then?
Just fists.
Oh, that's dumb.
Just
You're
dropping-
right. That's ridiculous.
Dropping double axe handles.
Right. Like, why wouldn't you start with all your weapons? I'd be doing that plasma gun and fucking shooting the rockets out of my chest and fucking sword.
Not saving. It's not even like a sword has ammunition that you save from.
No.
It's a sword.
And they're just disemboweling things. It's
Yeah.
easy.
Whoa.
It looked easy.
Nice.
the Gypsy Danger was standing its ground, didn't want to go right to the big guns right away.
Yeah.
Look, let's
stand your ground, right?
Look, let's all be honest here. It's no Sharknado, okay?
Yeah.
But it's still a guilty pleasure, this Pacific Rim.
Look, I
effects were
fucking
crazy.
thought it was awesomeness.
I felt like I was watching what would happen if Sharknado had a $7 billion budget.
Yes.
And it looked like if Sharknado looked amazing, like you're like, holy shit, there are really sharks in the sky.
Right.
It would be very similar to Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
When they're walking around that complex with all the robot things there, and you just see like they're coming up to barely a speck next to the shoe of this thing. Like it just looks so awesome. Yes, sir.
And once the government shut it all down,
Yeah.
and this guy somehow had access to everything still,
Yes.
who was funding it?
We don't need them.
The government shuts down. They're like, look, these robots obviously aren't doing the trick anymore, so we're going to shut down all robots and just simply build a wall.
Build a wall.
Like, why would the wall be secondary to giant robots?
They're going to build a wall, which, by the way, gets breached every week.
Really?
It's just, the wall idea was terrible.
You'd think
Wait a minute.
you'd start with the wall, and then go, oh, the wall didn't work.
Wall doesn't work. Let's
we
go to
should build
robots.
giant robots instead.
You think the wall would have been the first thing?
Like the sword.
Right.
The robots are such a bad idea that the government's going to abandon it. But if you guys want to use them, you go ahead.
All right, so the storyline might have a couple
He took
problems.
We don't have anything to do with them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want them, you can have them. I know one's got a nuclear reactor in it, so be
Yeah.
responsible.
Yeah.
That's the one that's, of course, not digital.
Right.
Because when all the digital ones shut down, the old school one that nobody wants around is the one that saves the day.
Yeah, see?
That makes sense.
For some
One
reason,
is-
it's impervious to an EMP. I don't know why.
When the guy said, "You're going to get us all killed," I was out.
No, really?
Come
Yeah.
on. How are you out? Then it went to an awesome fight. How are you out when you got an awesome fight?
And then I put my glasses back on. I watched the fight, and then
Exactly.
when I on the screen, I took the glasses off.
Oh, man.
I just slowly became more and more in as the movie continued.
I did, too.
I thought it was the lowest expectations a human could have for a movie.
Yeah.
You guys making fun of my buddy who wanted to see this. And then I was like, all right, awesome.
That's how I was.
Awesome
just
is what
like,
the movie was.
I go, and I'm just like, all right, awesome. When that fucking robot, when the power was like, bzzz, and now they're stuck in the head, and that big thing is just yelling in its face.
But it didn't attack it.
Didn't have to.
It was off.
It's playing dead.
He only
just kinda
fights when he's
sniffed at it a little.
Yeah, when you swipe at it,
He
doesn't
sniffed
it
at
knock it over?
No, it didn't even knock it over.
What,
It
all
was
the
still
anger just
standing.
goes away because the thing powers down?
I think he was going to do something, but then fucking,
He realized loftier goals.
Gypsy showed up.
It didn't fight back.
Gypsy.
There was no
Gypsy
challenge.
showed up.
Steve, you're doing a great job.
Gypsy Danger
hold
showed
on the
up.
line. I'm going to put Mark in Nevada. He has an observation about Pacific Rim as well. Mark, go ahead. You're on with Steve from Philly and, of course, us.
Okay, how about the greatest scene of the movie when everybody thinks that monster's dead, but they got to turn around and check the pulse with the pulse cannon.
What?
Let me turn around. He goes, "Let me check the pulse." And then he just shoots his cannons at it. Kaboom!
G.
Yeah, I don't think it's got a pulse.
Just opens it up.
Which, by the way, I love that these alien creatures that don't resemble humans in any way, shape, or form have a pulse.
Yeah.
What are you checking?
It was James Bond type line, like,
Are we going to be quoting lines for Pacific Rim for the rest of the summer? Or
no.
Steve's laughing.
Don't.
Steve's like, oh, God.
No.
No?
No.
No, I'll be back or any of that shit?
No.
Fuck.
Well, we might be canceling the apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. That was a great line.
Ugh.
This is our Independence Day. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Oh, Sam, someone's on your shit. Hold on there, Steve. You're still on the line, and we're going to add Kyle to the conversation from the home of Brother Weeze, Rochester, New York. What's up, Kyle?
Hey, Sam, as soon as you got out of that movie, you tweeted some bullshit about how it was the worst movie you've ever seen and all that shit, and now you're all over Ant's dick.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're all over Ant's
As soon as I got out of the movie, I tweeted something to the effect of, if a terrible Sci-Fi Channel movie had a crazy big budget, it would be Pacific Rim, which is what I said a minute ago with Sharknado.
Yeah.
I literally said the same thing.
And he's agreeing with me because I'm not saying it's an amazing movie, and I said the dialogue stinks. And
you said it's awesome,
the
though.
fucking thing. It's awesome.
But awesome is different than amazing.
I bet the movie's awesome.
Which is different than great.
There was so many fights and shit, and they were placed throughout the movie where it never got to the point where I was like, oh, geez, enough.
Here's the two tweets. If someone were given a huge budget to make a terrible Sci-Fi Channel movie, it would be Pacific Rim, which is an endorsement.
See?
Second one, Pacific Rim is maybe the funniest movie of the summer. You have to be prepared for absolute ridiculousness.
Yes.
It's great.
And once you're prepared for that, you go in and you're like, fucking awesome.
And then I cited the robot dragging a boat through Hong Kong.
Yes.
I got a tweet.
King Kong.
Now that Steve from Philly is kind of a star, he's helping us through the segment here. Now he gets to have the fun of the hater.
Oh, good.
Tell this queer Steve on the phone to stay in the art house theater if he wants cinematic excellence. Fuck off, douchebag.
It's queer.
Welcome to showbiz, sir.
Yeah, enjoy.
Enjoy. Aren't they a treat?
Hope you like your fans.
Right.
My problem with it was the hype, not the actual
hype. There wasn't much hype. It wasn't.
Dude.
No, this wasn't hyped.
No.
I'm talking about like the phony reviewers that they put on the commercials.
Well, who doesn't do that?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Was Tom Skerritt in the movie or what?
No.
Fuck!
That would be great.
How do you make a movie like that without Tom Skerritt?
I know.
Although we finally get Tom Skerritt on the phone, and then someone in studio didn't have a lot to say to the guy.
Who are you going to say to Tom Skerritt?
You did mention the homosexuality.
Homoeroticism in Top Gun, which he just laughed at me about.
Oh, we got him on the phone because of you.
I know.
and then you had not much to say
Really
to the
thought
guy.
I'd have more to say to Tom Skerritt, and I kind of didn't.
When did you realize you didn't have much to say to Tom Skerritt?
Pretty early on in the conversation, I was like,
I was just obsessed at how much he sounded like Clint Eastwood from Play Misty for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Mount Rainier.
Right, writing some
poetry.
Yeah.
For my radio show.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen Philly. You did a great job today, sir.
We should eat. My eggs are getting cold.
Missing a huge point. It's a lot like Twister. Another guy wants to defend Pacific Rim. Let me go to Ken as you open up your breakfast there. Ken, what's going on? Queens.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Oi.
Yeah, Pacific Rim was an awesome monster movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was, if you watch Godzilla and you're like, oh my God, what could they do today with all the special effects?
Exactly. Thank you.
That's what they did. The star of the movie, everyone's comparing it to Independence Day. No, it's not like, there's no Will Smith. There's no mega star in it. The stars are the robots and the monsters.
Yep.
It's great. You have to go in there, you know, and watch. It's a good action flick. You just sit there, you know, you watch it. You don't expect dialogue. Like all the monster movies, the dialogue is, you know, a little corny anyway.
Exactly.
You laugh at it. You're supposed to laugh at it. The guy from what's his face from Sons of Anarchy, he's like the black market guy. He's corny in it with the little knife.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a great movie. You're not going to waste your money by going there and watching this movie.
All right.
5 stars.
Thank you, Ken. What was I going to say? Oh, if you didn't see it in 3D, would it be just as awesome?
Yeah, I didn't see it in 3D.
Oh, really?
It was fucking badass.
I think you sold me on this. I had no desire to see Pacific Rim, even though I love Charlie Day. But now I might have to go.
It couldn't be more stupid, but it also couldn't be more awesome.
Fucking the power in those punches that they're showing. Like whoever did the CGI on this shit is fucking brilliant.
Speaking of movies, before we take a break, the sequel to Sharknado has been announced, and it's going to take place in New York City. I want to start a campaign. I want this radio show in the next Sharknado movie. How do we do this?
Yes.
I want to be eaten by a flying shark. How does this happen?
Wow.
How do we do this?
I don't know. It seems reasonable.
I mean, look who they had in the other one.
Ian Ziering, big stars.
Right. Can we start a campaign? Who do we reach out to?
See if
I just want a stupid cameo. I don't even need a line. How about we're just doing our radio show and a shark comes through the ceiling and eats us?
That would be crazy.
Right. Maybe we'll try to get the dad from Home Alone to be a guest on the show. He's probably not doing anything. He'll get us that connection.
You know, there's another Home Alone.
Dead, though. He's not going to be in that one.
Yeah, but he probably still knows the people.
No, that's true.
You know, speaking of Home Alone, there's another alumni that's doing very, very well.
Who's that?
Joe Pesci?
Devin.
No way.
Remember Devin, our old pal?
Devin Rattray.
Who kind of gave up on us because we were obsessed about the fact that his father was in a porno. He just didn't want us talking about it anymore. Not even a porno, like a hard R?
Yeah, one of those old
lady.
Used to see it. Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Yeah, I think it was in one.
You used to see it back in on cable when cable first came out.
But I never gave up on Devin, who was in Home Alone and was a friend of the show for a while. When Jeff Bridges was in the other day, Jeff Bridges gave me and Jimmy, a book of his photography. One of Jeff Bridges' hobbies is to kind of take photos when he's on set of what's going on. And I'm going through this book. It's kind of cool. And all of a sudden I see Devin. He's in the new movie. He's in R.I.P.D.
Whoa.
I'm like, right on Devin. Very happy for him. I don't know how big his part is, but...
Hey, he's in it.
He's absolutely in the movie.
He's working.
So, a little shout out to Devin if he's still out there listening or fucking whatever. All right.
Very cool.
On the cover of the Rolling Stone. We should talk about that a little bit, huh?
Yeah, a lot of people are confused.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yes!
This is the Opie and Anthony Show.